Hey, friends and family, thanks for tuning in to this week's Thursday Night Thought. This week's thought comes to you from my minivan as I am touring around Denver this week, and I am so incredibly excited to share with you where I ended up today and the story that applies to this week's message. But first, I want to share this week's message with you because it's very powerful. Your identity is not what you think it is, for thinking is not a mirror. It is a distraction from the mirror. Therefore, look into your heart, feel the beauty in the colors around you, and your reflection shall be the resurrection of your mind. This is a very metaphorical message, so I want to break it down in 3 key elements really quickly. Number 1, it talks about our identity. And our identity is something of who we are, who we believe we are. And we can see that reflected in a mirror. And this message is stating that our identity is not what we think it is. So our mind is not giving us a reflection of our identity. In other words, our mind is this spiritual battleground where this spiritual war is taking place and we're getting bombarded with awful thoughts. And so this week I actually have been out and networking and doing some different things, and I'll be honest, I had met some incredibly key players in my industry, and I was very intimidated. There were thoughts in my mind saying, you're not good enough to talk to these people. You don't have enough experience. All of these kind of things were going on in my mind, right? But it really is not a reflection of who I am. And I knew that going into these experiences. So instead, I went into these experiences this week because of this message with a very open heart. And what this looked like is that I went in and I just listened to what they had to say, and my heart was connecting to them as a human being, knowing that there was some gift that was going to be delivered this week in these different colors around me, right? And the way I associated these colors were with people. Everybody has this beauty within them, and it resonates in different aspects of whatever their life story is. It's so unique to the individual. But yet, if I recognize it within another individual, then it can become a reflection of who I am. So as I was making these very heartfelt connections and literally lighting up and buzzing inside by connecting to these women from all different walks of life this week, there was a moment where I recognized that I was on fire. My heart was on fire, and I was seeing something about myself in these women that I was really connecting with. There was a power there. There was something about my identity that was being shown to me. And when it was shown to me, then it resurrected what was going on in my mind, meaning no longer were I dealing with those spiritual battle at that point because I was so tuned into my heart. So what I want to share with you is this reminded me very much of a rainbow, and I was thinking about how beautiful a rainbow is, and it happens to be a day where it's raining and there's clouds everywhere and it's quite beautiful. And I was driving around trying to find a quiet space to do this message, this video, and I end up, no kidding you, here at, I'll show you. Let me see if I can turn this around. At Rainbow Research Optics. Yeah. Seriously. That to me was pretty darn incredible, because as I was looking up the information about the rainbow, do you know that there are 2 things that a rainbow needs, or in order for a rainbow to appear? There needs to be water in the air, and there needs to be sunshine. And not to give you more metaphors to ponder, but I've been taught that those 2 elements are also elements of our human spirit, meaning our water in the air represents our hearts as humans. And then the sun represents spirit and our connection with God. And this was an incredible moment for me, because what I recognized in this further research about this rainbow is that really, if you think about it, rain is just drops of water. There's no difference. There's no color. It's just water in the air. But the moment the sun shines into that drop of water, it creates a reflection of light and spectrum of light that is beautiful in all these different arrays of colors. And that is what can happen in our hearts. And that is what I experienced this week. In recognizing the different colors and beauty, it allowed me to tap into that within my own heart and my own connection, and therefore see my own reflection, because that is how we're able to see our true identity. I pray that message encourages and inspires you this week. Is this not a divine moment? I am so happy to be sharing this with you, and I look forward to sharing our next Thursday Night Thought together.